Lisa,
Yes, baby girl.
when I grow up, I want to be a womanist to society.
Then so shall you be. Hey, this is Lisa Landry. Welcome back to A Menace to Society. I am stoked for our return guest today. She is the director of Women's Fund Rhode Island. Please welcome back to the podcast, Kelly Nevins.
Woohoo! Hey, everyone.
Hey, welcome back. Tell us what's been going on. I know you had a huge event over last weekend.
Oh, yeah, we did. We did a full-day program called Run As You Are, and the purpose of the day was to help women consider whether they wanted to make a run for political office. So, it was all about, hey, what are you passionate about? And if you were to run for office, what might your platform be? And it just helped each of the women in this program think about, okay, is this something I could do? And if it is, they already have the skills to do it. So it was to give them a little bit of courage to take that extra step. When we last ran that program in 2017, we had 55 women who went through it. 10 actually ran for office in the next election, and 6 of them won their seats. And we are confident that a similar, if not better, story is going to happen this time around.
I was just going to say how exciting that is. I was wondering too because that's a great ratio. 10 ran and then 6 got in. That's fantastic.
Absolutely. And the other great story to tell is even many of the women who went through that prior program decided they weren't going to run for that next election, but they were going to help the women who did run. So, again, it's all good.
Yeah, that is all good. How many women showed up this time?
We're still counting the numbers. We probably had about 50 women get trained last week.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah, it absolutely is. This time we partnered with the Women's Fund of Southeastern Massachusetts, so we had some women who were from Massachusetts in the training. I would say about 75%, though, were from Rhode Island and considering a run for office.
Fantastic. They say when women legislate, things get better, no matter the party affiliation.
Yeah, and we would absolutely agree with that. We believe that the more balanced the diversity is in any legislative body, the more that it reflects the community, the better that legislative body is going to do for the people that it's working on behalf of. And since women make up half of our population, we still have a ways to go until we see half of our legislators also being women.
Yeah, that's a really good goal.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. So what were some of the women saying this time? What were some of the platform ideas that you were hearing?
Some of the women that we talked with were really passionate about what was happening to the environment. Some of them felt like their particular community wasn't being well represented. So, for example, we had a couple of women of color who were from the Latinx community who just weren't seeing reflections of their neighborhoods, their populations in the people who were making laws on their behalf, and felt like it was really important to have a voice. There were a few people who were talking about the cost of housing and, how they'd like to see that change. Certainly here in Rhode Island, we've got a housing issue, a housing affordability issue. So, that's front and center on some of their minds.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people know that if they haven't been to Rhode Island, because it is such a small state, but you have a huge amount of people in a tiny little area. I think you're second most populated per foot only to New Jersey.
I didn't even know that. See, I learn something new every day.
Well, I tried to find housing at one point in Rhode Island, and it's very difficult. You either have to pay a lot of money and live in certain neighborhoods, or you pay still a lot of money to live in not so great neighborhoods because there isn't that much available real estate.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
It is an issue. So that's good someone's tackling it. And what do you think about Massachusetts just recently passed marriage under the 18 is going to be banned. No more child marriage.
Yeah.
Do you think that'll happen there? Because I know when Massachusetts and Rhode Island kind of pass similar legislation, they kind of bleed off into each other, yeah?
Yeah,
bleed over?
certainly I'm hoping that local legislators and local activists will pick up a similar bill this year. I will say from the Women's Fund perspective, we're still really interested in trying to pass fair pay laws in our state, and we are still very interested in increasing the minimum wage because I'll tell you, with Massachusetts and Connecticut already having a much higher minimum wage, our local businesses are actually starting to suffer. They're not able to find good candidates because they think they can't make a good salary in Rhode Island.
Huh. I didn't know that. I didn't know that the other states around you have already done that and you guys haven't.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Huh. And I'm saying you guys because we're talking Rhode Island. It's not y'all.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's up next, Kelly?
We've got two things that we're working on for the month of August, actually three. It's crazy. So this week we are hosting an information session that is about our Women's Policy Institute because we are accepting applications for this 9-month training program through August 15th. And so for people who live in Rhode Island, particularly women, we will train them about how to advocate for legislative change. And it's a 9-month program where they go through one Friday a month learning about the process and meeting with a variety of change makers and leaders, and then they hopefully take on an issue that they would like to see legislated. So the application is due on August 15th, and as I said, we have an information session that we're hosting later this week for that. At the end of the month, we are hosting voter registration training program. You may or may not know that the year 2020 is the 100th anniversary of women's right to vote.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, right. Well, in reality, it was white women's right to vote. It took much longer for our sisters of colors to get that right. And unfortunately, there also still are a number of issues related to gender equity that we need to fix in this country. So on the 99th anniversary of women's right to vote, which is August 26th, we are training people to register more voters so that we have more people voting in the next election, and certainly, hopefully, more women. And then we are going to do what we call a toast to tenacity out on the state house steps, where we will honor what has happened before in making sure that women have the right to vote, but also recognize that we have a long way to go before we achieve true equity. And it will help us to set our goal for the next year to get more women into office, get more women voting, and make real change. So that's happening at the end of the month.
So at the end of the month is the voter registration drive-ish, or like learn how to register your friends and family and neighbors on how to vote. And then on the other thing you've got going is going to be a 9-month program where any woman can come find out how to drive a ballot initiative, kind of, sort of. Is that what?
Yeah. Now, I mean, it's about legislative policy making. So, they learn about all the different ways that policy can be changed, and then hopefully they help to create a bill that they would like to then have sponsored and voted on. We were successful in 2013 in passing the temporary caregiver insurance law in Rhode Island, making it one of the few states that offers paid family leave to welcome a new child into the family. That was a project of our Women's Policy Institute. The class that went through in 2016 had been working on repealing the tampon tax, and they continue to advocate for that up until this year when they actually did get repealed. So we're excited to see what the new class of the Women's Policy Institute will be working on, and hoping and helping them to try and get that, whatever that issue is, passed.
Yeah, these are important issues. Like, it might not seem like that much to not get taxed on your Tampax, but, month after month, that stuff is taxing.
Well, not only that, it's a gender-based tax. Men don't pay those taxes. Hello? How is that fair? It's not a luxury item. It's necessary.
It is bizarre. It is bizarre what it costs to be a woman, and we don't get paid the same amount of money for the stuff we have to go out and buy that's all this extra.
Exactly. And I think, I'm not into male bashing. I just think men don't recognize these issues because they don't deal with them. So it's up to us to make sure that we're bringing it to light and then hopefully addressing it in a positive way.
Yeah, men don't even want to touch those things, much less think about them. They don't. So you've got a lot of fantastic projects that are going on, and anybody can get involved, right? All they have to do is be a citizen of Rhode Island, basically?
Oh, sure. Yeah, well, and I mean, for a lot of our things, you don't even have to be a local resident. The voter registration training it will be about voter registration in Rhode Island, but the Toast to Tenacity, anybody is welcome to join us for, and it happens right after the training. So basically, so you don't have to go through the training in order to join us for the Toast. It's really just an opportunity to say, hooray for what's happened in the past. We've got a lot more to do. Let's go get them.
I like that. I like that spirit. I really do. I was disappointed that the ERA didn't pass. I thought we were going to make it this time.
Yeah, well, again, hence why it's important to have more women in office, because we feel that more women support those types of things.
Yeah. And I think a lot of men, too, if they recognize the fact, like you were saying, like paid family leave and stuff like that, if we had the ERA, men would have the same rights as women would have the same rights as men, gays would have the same rights as straights, blacks would have the same rights as it's just equal playing field for everybody in the nation. But that's the game changer that we really need, right? Because then it puts everything into perspective. We have to get paid the same amount of money for the same work.
Oh, sure. Well, and unfortunately, the truth of the matter is because there is a gender wage gap, there is also then conversely a gender wealth gap. And because 40% of women are the sole breadwinners for their family, not only are they making less, but they're spreading the money that they're making over multiple people, and then we live longer, so they're spreading it over a longer period of time, and it just makes it that much harder for us to save effectively for our futures. Mm-hmm. And so, again, another reason why it's really important to try and deal with those issues. And by the way, if we solved the gender wage gap and we solved the gender wealth gap, we'd be contributing something like $20 billion back to the GDP. So we'd be helping the economy if we actually got paid enough to do so.
Yeah, no kidding. And then we'd have clout and we'd have equal standing in situations where you need money, to protect yourself or to have shelter. Send your kids to school.
Right.
All that good, feed yourself. Feeding yourself is good too. Makeup, Tampax, the list goes on and on and on, Kelly.
Yeah.
So if there was one big, huge change that you could bring about tomorrow for Rhode Island, what would it be?
Oh, geez. One huge change that we could
you can do two or three. You can do two or three because I like your mind a lot. But I was thinking one big old one in a wrap package. What would it be?
Well, again, for us, we're interested in women's economic security, so fair pay is huge. Increasing the minimum wage is huge. We also very much want to ensure that access to reproductive health and privacy is there, and so we're working on the doula health insurance reimbursement bill, which would primarily help women of color to stay healthy for both their children and themselves during the childbirth and just after process. So those are the things that we are working on. That's a priority. But as always, given what's going on across the country, new and exciting stuff comes up every day.
Yeah, it's weird. There's so much going on. There's so much shifting and changing going on, and some states are taking away certain choices for women and girls, and other states are increasing choices for women and girls. It's bizarre.
Right. It is certainly a time of turbulence across the country. We at the Women's Fund of Rhode Island certainly want to reach out, especially to our sisters of color who are in office, to just lend our support and tell them to keep up the good work, because it's not easy. They're doing a good job.
Yeah, and like you were saying, like women of color especially do have certain issues around giving birth because they have a higher percentage of bad things happening just because they're African American, Latina, Black, very badly affected statistically.
Oh, sure. Well, look, any screen of inequity If women are experiencing the inequity, women of color are experiencing it much more deeply.
Mm-hmm.
And so, we want to help as best we can for all women, but especially women of color.
And that doula situation is fantastic because it does increase health. I don't know how well to say it because I'm not really a medical person, but I do know that having doulas and midwives, it's a better experience for most women and most babies.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Someone was telling me, I don't know if this is true or not, that one of the reasons why midwives and doulas stopped being so populous is because men started going to medical school and they stopped using midwives and doulas so much, women, because they thought going to the hospital and having a man deliver your baby is going to be safer and it's going to be healthier and less bad things will happen to you and your child. But that's not really what happens.
But look, it's all about marketing and messaging, right? So early on, somebody got the bright idea that, if we promote that women will be perhaps healthier in the hospital because their babies are being delivered by doctors who are primarily male, then it was a great way to market for that particular industry. And so now we're just trying to right the scales and make sure people understand what opportunities there are out there and that we don't always have to go to the hospital for everything.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm a big fan of staying out of hospitals as long as you can.
Sure, but that's not always possible, and frankly, for women of color, it may not be the safest place for them to be. So there's unfortunately plenty of evidence that shows that when a woman of color has an issue that she's dealing with, maybe she's feeling pain, that she's not taken quite as seriously by the establishment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why doulas are really important, is because they can be another advocate for women to make sure that their concerns are being addressed in a timely and appropriate fashion.
Makes sense to me. So, Kelly, you seem like a very, very positive, optimistic kind of person. What is one thing that's bugging you about the work you're trying to get accomplished?
Oh, my gosh. Well, I have continuing frustrations with particular people in power, and so my hope is that they are replaced by people who will change the dynamic of what they're doing. I don't need to name names. That's really not important. Again, I would just say that the frustration that I have, if we are successful in the work that we're doing, those frustrations will go away.
That's a really good way to look at things, right? Just progress wherever you can find it and the people who are impeding that out of office.
Right.
Those are good goals again, Kelly Nevins.
Well, thank you. If people want to learn more about our work, I encourage you to check out our website at www.WFRI, which are the initials for the Women's Fund of Rhode Island.org. And certainly feel free to email us, give us a call. We're always happy to talk about the work that we're doing and how people can get involved.
Thank you so much for the work you're doing. And I hope as many people who choose to get involved follow through with that choice and call you up and stop by this August or
26th for the Toast to Tenacity, August 1st for the information session on the Women's Policy Institute, but that's just a couple of days away. So if people miss that, they're still welcome to submit their applications for the Women's Policy Institute by August 15th. It's a free program, by the way. There's no cost to participants. It is a time commitment, and I will say it's only for women in Rhode Island, but we welcome applications.
Thank you so much, Kelly. Thanks for coming by and coming back again and talking to my listeners and me. And thanks for all the stuff you're doing.
Oh, thank you for doing what you're doing, too. I'd love to come back at some future point.
I would love that. Thank you so very much. And best wishes to you, girl.
Thanks. Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much, Kelly Nevins, Women's Fund Rhode Island. Please do check her out, y'all. She's doing some great stuff for the Ocean State. And please join me at lisalandry.com. You can sign up for my YouTube channel. You will find videos there. You will know when each new podcast drops. Every Woman is Wednesday. Shout out Ari Bear. I love you so much. You make the Ocean State awesome.